This is Sunil Ramakrishnan, and here basically we are discussing about the Congress Party, how basically powerful the Congress Party are, and how basically they keep themselves so safe. So here, one question basically I will be asking, and the answer basically we are going to give in next part. The question is Russia, Europe, and India basically. India is helping Russia, and Europe basically are taking the sorry. Russia is basically firing the European group, that is basically the Ukraine. This all country basically are getting fired, and in this basically USA is also mostly basically will be going to enter. That is under mostly might be they might have entered also. So here the question is if this all war is ongoing, right? But here the thing is basically how the World Cup is ongoing, how basically the World Cup basically is ongoing. That is the question basically asked by the one of the person. Then one person told that there are assume that there are 12 country sorry 12 cricket team basically. So he told that this all 12 cricket team basically are staying in one country. Assume that that is in India only, because this way only the match can happen. Because in this war basically there is no possibilities that war if war is happening like this basically like this conflict basically, and cricket match will not be ongoing. So one person asked the given the answer that so the all 12 team basically which are playing, that for example Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Europe, Australian, these all player basically are staying in India only. Then basically the person told that then how basically their color basically are white and like this basically who why the people basically are not getting recognized. Then he told that it's a sorry, the medical industry is very so powerful that one person is currently black, then after some certain medicine basically he will become white, and his hair also basically will become white. This was the answer basically given by the one of the person basically. So this is also one of the Congress technique basically to keep the control over the entire cricket industry, because they say that this is the only way to handle the entire cricket industry. Then basically the Europe country basically told that how basically they are not able to track this basically. Then basically they told that president basically all are new basically. They don't know the technique basically which is ongoing. Then basically it's not possible basically, because the current president basically is very powerful president. Johnson was very powerful president. Rishikesh Sanak is very powerful president. How basically they can't track this? This was also one of the question basically asked. So this was the answer that all basically cricket team basically which currently are playing in India, they all are basically from India only. They are coming from different states, different cities. Then how basically the international level match is happening? How basically things are basically happening? Then basically they told that the Bollywood industry is there. They are handling each and everything. Then basically they told how the English communication basically gets improvement. Then the one of the person told that the person basically who is giving the commentary, he is totally different person, and the person basically who is batting, for example one person has done the batting and he basically has done the batting powerfully, and after that basically when he came to take the award and some speech basically has given, that person basically was totally different. Then basically how is that possible here? Then they told that that's why basically the Bollywood group is basically getting so much crores of money basically, and the government is also basically not telling anything to them. Then they told that one day I think government will take over the sorry the Bollywood will say that you sit at home. They will tell the government to you sit at home and we will handle everything. This was also basically answer given by the one of the person. So like this, basically the Congress party basically also might be having some plan for Bollywood group also. That also basically he told, because Congress party says that we never give the control to anybody else. So how this big control basically they have given? So mostly basically they might be having some each and every plans basically for each and every people also. So here the question basically is uh, uh, about the cricket basically. You can, and what is cricket basically I have already told actually in the previous two videos basically. So here the question is basically a simple question, that Russia is getting help from India. Russia is doing attack to European country. Then how basically European countries, in European country, how the Indians are so very safe, and there are 15 crore Indians basically in Europe, and how basically they are not coming to India? That is the question basically. How they all are safe? So here the question is, what actually this is? How the each and everything controls are basically happening? And here the main thing is, European basically country basically is handled by the Indian president only. Sorry, the Indian public only. That is basically Rishikesh Sanak. So due to the Rishikesh Sanak, basically the European people is not able to track this. That the president, sorry, the Indian people, basically Indian army is basically helping Russia, and Russia is doing attack to Europe. That is basically Ukraine, and basically currently they have stopped the war also. Basically, it might be also some verification also, that what actually the things is ongoing. Somebody is tracking or not. What actually the thing is ongoing, because Corona weapon also basically one of the verification basically done by this set of group basically. The one example I have already given, text box equal to 1,000 cities. So where is that 1,000 cities? So this was the one of the verification. So here basically the thing is basically the what actually the things are basically, and how basically the 15 crore people basically in Europe basically is very safe. How basically in Europe, sorry, the in Europe basically the 15 crore people are so safe, because yeah, here the main thing is the Russia is basically getting help from the Indian army. So you can just imagine the questions basically. So in this in detail basically we are going to see each and everything. So how basically the European, that means Europe group are full. That is by default supposed to be understand, right? The European groups are fools basically. So in next video we are going to see whether the European groups are full, or they are doing some verification.